Good morning, good afternoon to all of you. Um, Today, we're going to talk about prevention is better than cure. Well, a lot of people are getting very sick, and it's not helping. In fact, after the pandemic, if you have cancer, it's like turbo cancer. It's like everything is so fast. Um, and it's very sad to see these kind of things happening around us, and most especially people we know who are suffering. And they feel a sense of helplessness because if they go to the hospitals, I mean, number one, the cost is going to be ballooning, skyrocketing, it's already stressful. They are suffering, and their family, financially, they have to suffer again. Can you imagine? And if they were to go through chemotherapy, it's no guarantee that there's going to be a cure. Get the picture? So it's like a spiraling downwards. Okay. I'm not saying that people don't get cured from this chemotherapy, but I'm saying the percentage is not encouraging at all. All right. And what we are going to share with you today is something which is the opposite. It is the opposite because it's something that you can use it yourself. And when you use it yourself, your body will be able to heal itself. Okay. So you may be very curious to what I'm talking about. Well, before we talk about the treatment, let's talk about the problem. So the problem with us is we are taking too much toxins in our everyday life without knowing. Yeah, without knowing. That means they're poisoning us without us knowing. Terrible, isn't it? It sounds terrible, but it's the truth. All right. Now, why do I say that? Well, this is the one. A lot, but everywhere in the world, you see these oils, seed oils, vegetable oil, right? And the most common one, I think, is canola. Now, if cancer is a main, leading cause of death, heart stroke is also a leading cause of death. Actually, number one is heart and stroke, and number two is cancer. And number three, for those of you who do not know, it's medical practitioners, which is a bit sad, isn't it? So yeah, anyway, just to you know set the record straight, I have to show you. There you go. Okay, I'm not just making it up to hit or bash the medical establishment. Here in CNBC, 2016, the third leading cause of the US, most doctors don't want you to know about. And this was done by Johns Hopkins. Very credible, right? That 250,000 people in the US die every year from medical errors. Medical errors. So medical errors are the third leading cause of death after heart disease and cancer. So no, I'm not making it up, right? In fact, this is the truth. And the worst of all is recently I stumbled across a YouTube video that suggests that maybe they are number one because that figure in 2016 did not include diagnosis. It only includes like you're supposed to open up the kidney, but you open up the liver instead, I know I laugh about it, but yeah, it happens. You'll be surprised, okay? So there's a lot of these medical errors by the very people that we have entrusted our lives around the world to save us, but in the end, they are the one who caused our death. Isn't that crazy, the world that we live in, right? Now, if they want to kill you, uh, well, I guess you're not good to be killed. It's better to make you sick so that they can make you a loyal customer. Okay, it's very contentious when I say this kind of stuff. But if you have heart and cancer, number one and number two, around the globe, then there must be something that around the globe people are consuming, right? Or intake into their body, which is similar. And here we go. This is the one. What is similar? Well, the vegetable, isn't it? So if you trace back the history of vegetable oil, started with this company called Crisco. Okay, I won't even go into too much detail. And it was sanctioned, I mean, not sanctioned, but it was actually supported by the American Heart Association. Yes, it was supported because here in 1961, if you go to their website, heart.org, you can read all about it, that they are encouraging people that if you want to stay healthy, move away from animal fats and go and consume, right? Oil, which is the polyunsaturated fats, not the saturated fats, which is the animal fats. And people did that because it's the American Heart Association. Wow, it just ballooned, isn't it? Heart cases and everything. Then they come up with some kind of cholesterol testing and they tell you, oh, you cannot have high cholesterol. And guys, I hate to break it down for you, but your liver produces cholesterol. And I hate to break it down to you, but your brain is almost 90% fats. So you need cholesterol and you need fats, isn't it? But they frighten you and tell you that if you have high cholesterol, you're going to have myocardial infarction, heart attack. And because of that, they started selling statin drugs, which is a multi-billion-dollar industry. And even with the millions and millions of people consuming, taking the statin drugs, why is heart stroke still number one? Shouldn't it be going down? See, that's why these people are not honest. All right. And you just have to follow the money trail and you'll find who the culprits are. And we all know who they are. Okay. So this is something which is common around the world. And rather than me saying it, let me show you. This is from the National Institutes of Health, US government website. It says linoleic acid, a narrative review of the effects of increased intake in the standard American diet and associations with chronic disease. What is this linoleic acid? Well, linoleic acid is omega-6, and that can be found in the seed oils. Okay. Now, prior to the production of seed oils through Crisco, it was used, these seed oils, because they are not vegetable, they are seeds, all right? They were used as lubricants. So we are consuming lubricants. Good luck to us. So these lubricants or seed oils, they go rancid. So to prevent that from happening, they have to hydrogenate it in very high temperature. Okay. And then in the process, they have to bleach it, they have to do a lot of stuff. So it's very, very oxidizing. Okay, when it enters your body, it oxidizes and then it causes severe, severe inflammation. But you consume it, it's not going to kill you tomorrow. Just because it doesn't kill you tomorrow, is it safe? It's killing you slowly, right? It's killing us slowly. And that's why over the years, we have problems. And I let this report convince you, okay? Nothing from me, nothing personal. Now, this is what it says. While linoleic acid is considered to be an essential fatty acid and support health when consumed in modest amounts, okay? An excessive intake of LA, linoleic acid, leads to the formation of oxidized linoleic acid metabolites, impairments in mitochondrial function. Wow. It will impair your mitochondrial function. That means it causes cellular damage. Now, if your cells are damaged, how can you be healthy? Can you be cells are damaged? What causes the impairment of your mitochondrial function? Seed oils, right? But it has to be excessive. So let's go on. Is it excessive? Right? Here it says, Prior to the 20th century, the average intake of linoleic acid was under 2% of the total daily caloric intake. The biological optimum range is approximately 1 to 2%. In other words, what is the safe range? 1 to 2%. But current LA consumption is over 25% of the total calorie intake for the average person. My goodness. So if it is supposed to be 1 to 2%, and now it's 25% or more, guys, it is excessive, isn't it? So because it is excessive, it's causing what? Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look. All right. The consumption of LA at these levels lowers the metabolic rate and increases tissue oxidative damage. Guys, inflammation, all right? This is what it means, okay? Inflammation. Now, let's take a look further down. Before 1866, the Western diet is containing mainly of animal fats. And further down, furthermore, Eastern societies use cold-pressed fats such as coconut and palm oil. Vegetable and seed oils that are regularly consumed today did not exist prior to the late 1800s. So what is the late up to 1899, right? It did not exist, okay? Because they were used what? Lubricant. Wow. Okay. So, I mean, if you want to read, I mean, look, a fundamental change in agricultural history was the shift from the extraction of cold-pressed plant and seed oils to industrially processed seed oils after the US Civil War, blah, blah, blah. All right. I won't waste your time. Let's take a look at this table. So what is the content of this linoleic acid or this omega-6? In safflower oil, 70%, very high. Sunflower, 68. And if you go down, like corn oil is common, 54%, very high. Peanut oil, canola oil is 19%, guys. Olive oil, avocado, healthy people, right? It's about 10%, but don't be misled because avocado oil and this olive oil is only for you should not put extensive heat in a frying pan kind of thing. It's going to oxidize, okay? So there you go. It's going to harm you. Then lard, right? Lard, animal fat, palm oil, 10%. And if you go down, the safest one is coconut oil and butter. Coconut oil and butter. So guys, if you think butter is expensive, please use coconut oil. All right? Coconut oil is the best. Now, in conclusion, oxidative stress, tissue damage, and mitochondrial dysfunctions from is 25% consumption excessive? Of course it is, right? So with excessive linoleic acid, it causes oxidative stress, tissue damage, and mitochondrial dysfunction, and not only responsible for, that means it includes cardiovascular disease and Alzheimer's onset, but also additional chronic diseases, including cancer, dementia, and obesity and diabetes are also associated with oxidized metabolites. I'm not the one making it up. We are all inflamed. Very simple rule. Today, you go to the supermarket, on the shelves, a lot of stuff are chemically added. Don't you agree? If the expiry date longer than what it should, means they have added something onto it. Now, anything unnatural that enters your body, do you think your body can accept it? Or do you think your body is trying to get rid of it? Okay. So, like people take a lot of sugar, refined carbs, and so many of this stuff until your body cannot take it anymore. That's why you have what is classified as diabetes type 2. Then you keep on taking this and that, then suddenly you have insulin resistance. Your body is just giving up. Can you blame your body for giving up? We are poisoning our body. Knowingly, unknowingly, we are doing it. Habitually, yes, you go anywhere nowadays, soda, drink, tea, sugary drink, and so many stuff out there, isn't it? You go to all the restaurants, what do you have? Right? You have all the vegetables which has been sprayed with loads of pesticides. You get all these fish from fish pond, which is like so much toxins dumped onto them. You eat the chicken, poultry, and all this which has been injected with antibiotics and growth hormones, and God knows what they've been fed with the GMO corn and blah blah blah. You know what I mean, right? So it's all going in. We are like a walking time bomb. What are you doing about it? That's $1 million question, isn't it? Thing. When you go see doctors, you don't question. And they're the third leading cause of death. And if you add on misdiagnosis, they are number one. And you go see doctor and you don't question. And when somebody comes to you and try to introduce you a product, you know what? Oh, let me bring it to my doctor and see what they have to say. You know how silly that is? It is so silly because your doctor, when they went to medical school, they didn't study nutrition, or if they did, it's one semester only and one subject only. So how well versed are they to know about nutrition, to know about the product, the so-called alternative, because they are calling themselves allopathic mainstream West. Why? If you trace back into the history, all these so-called alternative, they used to be mainstream before. But the big pharma came into the scene more than 100 years ago, and they wanted to conquer the market. So what did they do? They started the medical schools. They trained only the subjects to the doctors relevant to what they are selling. Okay. And then by the time they graduate, and even the professors are sitting on their consultancy kind of payroll. You don't believe me? You go take a look. You go medical schools, you see a lot of donation coming from there. And what did I use there? National Institutes of Health is funded by them. What I think I heard recently, Fauci during the COVID, right? Dr. Fauci, the famous Dr. Fauci, every day coming out and telling you wear masks, this and that, right? Wow, this guy has a salary for his entire lifetime. And the NIH has been funded, I think it was 70% by guys. And when these doctors, I know they all have a good heart. I have a lot of doctor friends, I play golf with them, okay? They have good hearts. They want to be doctors because they want to save people. But then you know what? Somewhere along the line, they get corrupted. They got corrupted by the money. They finish their medical school and they start working in the hospitals, right? And then they become special ophthalmologists, oncologists, pediatrician, blah, 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 right? Their salary goes up. And then they start looking around 10 years down the line into practice. They get this illusion. Why are people still dying? But can they get out from their profession? Their salaries are very high. They have a mortgage. They have children studying in private schools. They have a nice bungalow or condominium that they live in. They probably drive a nice car or cars. They get trapped. They get trapped, you see. So, is the reality. That is the reality. Today, very fortunately, in the wellness center in the Philippines, there's this lady, and she was a cardiovascular uh, medical doctor from America, Filipino, but with American passport. And she said, I don't compromise. I don't let them tell me. And they call me the Hitler. Hitler, Hitler because she's so, but anyway, she still practiced until very old age, but she's sick. All right. That's why she's gonna get the D178 because she knows how good it is. She tried it and it just wow, you know. Anyway, so this whole process from the medical school to the hospital to the FDA, it's all controlled by, okay? So the alternative, they don't have a say. And that's the problem with our system today. It's a very big problem, guys, I'm telling you. Because I have another guy, I was just talking to him a while ago. He has lymphoma of the spleen, and his stomach is all bloated. And I'm doing my best. I'm saying, look, come to my center, I'll give you a free D178 because he cannot afford, after paying all the medical bills, he cannot afford. I said, come to my center, I'll give you free. He said, I have difficulty even to walk. That broke my heart, guys. And then he said, can I rent your D178? I said, no, you cannot rent D178. You know, but I said, maybe you can go to the barangay and borrow a wheelchair because he doesn't have a wheelchair and get your wife to roll to the hotel, you know, and now then you do it for free, you know. But I want to help you, but you got to help yourself. I mean, what can I do, guys, you know? And it's people like them that I feel, you know, and wow, this is just one of many. Sad, isn't it? Right? And they feel he felt I was listening to his tone of voice. My energy is high, but he was zapping my energy because his is super, super sad. You know what I mean? So anyway, he's coming on Thursday. And I'm so grateful that I'm able to contribute. Guys, you guys have to start doing this kind of thing, you know. Help another human being. Feels great because the other side of it is it's not helping them. They have to pay through their nose the medical bills, you know, laboratory tests after tests to show where and how to do the biopsy. He was telling me he has to do so many tests. And I said, well, don't do the biopsy yet. Go for a few times. You will know the difference. Then you decide. Because a lot of people are saying and studies are shown when you do the biopsy, cancer starts to spread. Are you with me? You see, when you have a tumor, it's always like a placenta, it's covered up. And then when you want to do a biopsy, you cut it open up the can of worms. You know, guys, doctors are very smart people, but sometimes they are so stupid, you know, because of the system that controls them. Do you agree with me? You may disagree, that's okay, that's up to you. They're so stupid and so to work because the dollar signs, right? And guys, do you know that in hospitals there's always a CEO? I went back to Malaysia with the CEO of a hospital. I didn't know him, but I was alone and you know I joined the three other guys and he turned out to be a CEO. And you know what? He's not even a medical doctor. These guys, maybe they have MBA, they're business people, all right? So they would give quota to the surgeons and department heads and so on. And These people have kind of like, they have to perform. That's why when you go to a hospital and you don't have insurance, you're dead. They're going to do a series of so many tests, and some of these tests are stupid. You don't need them. And they keep you in the hospital when you can be discharged early. I mean, am I the only one who is saying all this? Or you guys have experienced it as well? I don't want to rant, but I'm just telling you the truth, all right? So, wherever you are right now, whatever disease you or your relatives or your loved ones are having, please, you make the decision. Don't let them tell you. Or seek a second, third opinion, but they're all the same anyway. They want to cut you up, they want to do this, they want to do that. A real doctor will fix you without cutting you up. Like in the past, I'm 60 years old now, but in the past, when you go to a car mechanic, they try to fix the car, they modify whatever. But nowadays, you go to any service center for cars, they change the spare part. They change. They don't fix anymore. Same for doctors. They scan you with the MRI and the CT scan and whatever. They cut you up, they put whatever they want to put. What's coming to this world, guys? It's very sad, isn't it? It's a very sad. Can you do something about it? Can I do something about it? With these two products that I'm going to share with you, you can do something about it. Okay, so let's move on. Now, this is acupuncture. And if you can see here from the NIH, acupuncture is approximately 3,000 years old. Guys, I'm going to talk to you about this. This little thing is a medical device. Amazing. This tiny little thing, smaller than your cell phone, is a medical device. Yes. Thanks for showing me. It's such a blessing to so many of us. Such a blessing. We are building a community of believers in the product because it works. And we share whenever we can. And we know out there are many skepticism, but it's okay. It's okay. We will still share, right? Because we believe in it. And hopefully one day, the consciousness will change. When we have large enough numbers, it will change. So, this do? Well, this is an acupuncture, or specifically electroacupuncture device. So you turn it on by connecting to this probe first, okay? And then you map your hand, front and back. And you feel either no sensation, or you feel vibration, or you feel, in the Philippines, aray, shock. So what's happening here? When you put this probe, it's roundish, it's round. It's not even sharp, it's not invasive. You touch it, and you may feel sensation if there is a blockage. If it's a mild blockage, vibration. If totally no blockage, nothing. How many of you have been to reflexologist? It's a good analogy. If you go to the reflexologist, when they start, massaging your foot, right, the bottom of your, and what you're gonna, it's so painful, right? But after just a few minutes, with the same amount of exertion, wow, feels great, isn't it? There's no more pain because the blockage has been removed. Same thing. Traditional Chinese medicine, which is 3,000 years old, believes that we have energy meridians. We are made of energy. And our energy pathways, if they are being blocked, right? And by the way, all the points of our organ are connected through these meridians. And if they are blocked, you will have a disease. Okay, so to start off with, start mapping your gallbladder down to your liver, to your heart, to your intestine, and whatever, right? So many. And when you feel something, you mark them. And you know what? This thing can diagnose, and this thing can also treat you. It's not just a diagnostic tool. It can detect, it can relieve. Isn't it amazing? Right? And the level output from level 1 to level 15. So you start off low level because there are some blockages in certain points. If you go higher level, you're going to jump to the roof, right? So you cannot do that. But how do you know that you're getting better? Well, from the lower level, you'll be able to move up to the higher level after a few sessions. That means you have already successfully unblocked. Otherwise, you cannot put a higher level. The pain will be too intense for you. Okay, so this is how it works, and it's just so amazing. And in the Philippines, we also say to see is to believe. Don't worry. Later, I'll show you, I'll share with you so many testimonies. Very long, all right? Very impressive. Okay, so moving on. Now, you can check about it, read about it in the Yellow Emperor's Classic of Medicine. You can buy this book from Amazon. And electroacupuncture, so you put current through it, it's called electroacupuncture. It's about 80 years old. All right, it's about 80 years old. What is the science behind it? So here, Stem Cells Journals, and it talks specifically electroacupuncture. Guys, what is this? Electroacupuncture, right? So that's what it's saying. Electroacupuncture promotes central nervous system dependent release of mesenchymal stem cells. Wow. You don't have to go jab, jab, jab. You know, those in the hospitals, they do all these stem cells therapy. Expensive, right? Here, by just using electroacupuncture, your body can produce its own mesenchymal stem cells. And what does stem cells do? It can replace and repair your damaged cells. Isn't that wonderful? Do you know that your body's organs, the cells will rejuvenate itself every few months, except for some. I think your eyes, your bone cannot. But most of the organs, your kidneys, your liver, your blah, 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 right? The cells will rejuvenate every few months. Guys, you have a chance to recover. Don't let them fool you with all the medication. By the way, there is no medication or drug that can heal anyone. Not even one. I hate to disappoint you. There is not even one drug that can heal you. It can only relieve your situation. But you know what? Prolonged usage, you have to increase the dosage. And what else? Your kidneys and other organs will have problem. Am I right, guys? Okay. So this particular device, this machine, when it unblocks, it heals you. Yeah. No more problem, right? Unless you continue seed oil, you continue to eat the other toxins, then of course it will come back, isn't it, right? That's how you got that disease in the first place. Am I right? Okay, so you have to regularly maintain, because every day you still go to the restaurant and you still go out there. Can you tell the chef, oh, please only use butter, or please only use what? Coconut oil, blah, blah, blah. Can you tell them? Or they don't care. You want to eat, you eat. You don't want to eat, go to another restaurant, isn't it? So, you want to have a fried chicken. You think they only use the oil to fry your chicken only for you? Or they also use the same oil to fry other people's chicken as well? People are just in money. Do you think they care about your health? Isn't it proven that tobacco smoking is bad for you? Why does the government still allow? So Why? Free will? Aren't they supposed to protect us? They don't give a damn about you. Aha, sorry, I hate to break it down to you guys. I hate to disappoint you. All right. You see, by talking like that, I can go to jail. No, no, not to say go to jail, but they will try to kill me, because I'm hitting out at them, okay? But I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth because ultimately, you don't listen to them. Ultimately, this is your body. You decide what you should do with it. Am I right? Huh? Because we have been listening to them all these years, drinking Coca-Cola and whatever, right? It has gotten us to where we are today. Look at me. I have high cholesterol. My family have high cholesterol. My mother's side have all high cholesterol. So I listen to them. For almost 20 over years, I've been taking the statin drugs. Wow. What a deep, 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 big regret. I wish I can sue them for this misleading information. It came to a stage that they use so much that cholesterol is bad. When you consume the egg and the egg yolk, you throw it away and you only eat the egg white. How stupid are we? You still want to listen to them? Sometimes what they tell us is the opposite. There's a Tel Aviv, Israel study, 500,000 people or whatever. If you want to lower your blood pressure, you take salt with water, salt. And what do they tell you? Huh? You've got high blood pressure? Don't take salt. You want to be healthy with a good heart? Take vegetable oil. Hello? Wake up, guys. Wake up. Wake up. It's crazy. And then you take the statin drugs, and then what? When you're in your 40s, and then you have erectile dysfunction, and they say, oh, it's normal. People in their 40s, 50s, it's normal to have erectile dysfunction. No. If you're healthy, even if you're 80 years old, you can still stand. You know what I mean? Don't listen to them because everything they tell you is rubbish. Today is interesting, isn't it? Don't you love it? I'm so give it to them, right? Because, guys, it's not fair. So many people are suffering out there because of they have been doing, saying, manipulating, and they're all dying. And I just feel it's so sad. So, guys, you just have to be smart, all right? Now, another thing about electroacupuncture, and this is nature, it activates neurons to switch off inflammation. Guys, remember what I said? Our whole body is inflamed. So if this device can switch off inflammation, wow, you're on your way to healing for sure. All right? Because if the inflammation continues, how can you heal? You stop the inflammation, all right? Of course, stop the food intake, which causes the inflammation. But this device can actually help switch off inflammation. Then, acupuncture enhances generation of nitric oxide. Okay? It will generate nitric oxide. Now, what does a nitric oxide do? Well, it enhances your circulatory system. So when your circulatory system is improved, guess what? You get more nutrients to your cells, right? Okay. So moving on, acupuncture and its ability to restore and maintain immune homeostasis. Our immune system, it goes a bit haywire because it has been compromised by all the toxins, inflammation in our body. It has been compromised. So sometimes it fluctuates, high, low, whatever, right? And this acupuncture can allow stability, the yin and yang, or homeostasis. Wonderful product, wonderful technology. All right, every home should have one. Now, this is a med. These are just some of the problems that it can help, but there are more. Okay, you can take a photo of it if you want, snapshot of it, loads of it. Now, in a box, it looks like this. All medical devices need disclaimers, so we have to make our disclaimer as well. If you are using pacemaker, do not use, because it could be a conflict with our electronic gadget. Pregnant women, we don't want you to blame us, so please do not use. Children under 3 years of age, again, infants, there could be a lot of complications, do not use. Patient with malignant tumors, aha, guys, there isn't any medical device in the world that can cure cancer. Because the moment they claim that, it will never be approved. You can Google, you will never find. If you have cancer, they will ask you to go chemotherapy, radiotherapy, blah, blah, blah. They have their own protocol. But you don't have a medical device that can cure cancer because it will never be approved. That's why when we submitted this and the other one for registration, we cannot claim that it will cure cancer. Patient with hemorrhagic tendencies, patient with tuberculosis, and chronic alcoholic. This is the chart that comes with it. And as you can see in this chart, this is the palm. So many points are here. You can see from the heart to the spleen, to the stomach, to the prostate, to the uterus, and your spine, your eyes, your legs, your arms, your everything is here. If it's not enough, go to the back of the hand. All right. So here you have so many other different. Now, moving on. These are the ear clips. Okay. And to all the owners, it's something that they enjoy the most. They look forward to. You just put it onto your earlobes and then just let it vibrate for about an hour or so. And you will feel so relaxed. Now, why do we need this ear clip? Specifically, it's called vagus nerve stimulator. What is vagus nerve? Today, you ask people what is stem cells. Oh, they are so good, they know. But what is vagus nerve? Huh? They have not heard of that. Okay. So what is vagus nerve? Let me show you. All these in yellow, they represent the vagus nerve. It's 80,000 nerves. 80,000 nerves. Digestion, everything, all the nerves, all right? So if your heart is the hardware, your liver is the hardware, and all these are main big organs are hard, then these are the software. The vagus nerve is the software, it's the wiring, okay? So if you just have the hardware and your software is not working, you cannot function properly, all right? So the vagus nerve, this is WebMD, everyone knows WebMD, right? The vagus nerve is an integral part of your autonomic nervous system. This part of the nervous system controls the things your body does without your conscious input, like breathing, digesting food, and sweating. You cannot tell your heart how to beat. It will beat by itself. You cannot say, I want to eat this, and you digest slower. Can you do that? You cannot do that, right? So autonomic nervous system. And to be more specific, on the right-hand side, the vagus nerve provides signals from your brain to your body, regulating your heart rate, taste, speech, skin sensation, muscle sensations, immune response, respiratory rate, blood pressure, mucus production, saliva production, digestion, frequency of urination, mood. So many things, right? And what is the sad truth is that none of the hospitals have any machinery to detect what is wrong with your vagus nerve. None. They have the CT scan for your heart, they have the MRI for whatever, they have the ECG, they have the ultrasound, they have all those devices, mainly focusing on the hardware, right? Like your kidneys, your liver, your heart, but they don't have anything focused on your vagus nerve. So how do they know if you have problems with your vagus nerve? Well, the answer is they don't. That's why if you look at this, what are the symptoms? Something could be wrong with your vagus nerve on the left-hand side. You may have acid reflux, abdominal pain, bloating, lack of a gag reflex, difficulty swallowing, dizziness, fainting, hoarse voice, wheezing, unexplained weight loss, loss of appetite, feeling full after eating very little food, nausea, vomiting, chronic mood issues or disorders, even Alzheimer. Guys, it's a lot of things. Why? 80,000 nerves. Imagine, right? Even dementia, Parkinson, so many things is because of your nerves. So if you have a stroke, nerves are going to be affected immediately. That's why if you have a stroke, the best thing is immediately put on the ear clips. Immediately. Tell you a story. Unfortunately, this is from Malaysia. And the couple, they are superstitious, so they didn't want to come forward. I don't blame them. That's just a Chinese belief, you know. Husband had a stroke, middle of the night, and immediately when they lifted him and put him in the car, drove to the hospital about 20 minutes away. Immediately while he was in the car, they put on the ear clips for him. By the time he arrived in the hospital, he was able to walk himself into the CER. Okay. And then they did a lot of tests. The medical bill came out to about 1,500 US dollars, and the doctor discharged him required. Crazy, right? So if you have the stroke and you use it immediately, then you get the remedy very fast. But if you have been having it for a stroke for like what, more than a year or so, it will take time. You have to be patient, all right? It'll take time. Okay, moving on. So studies have also shown that it improves memory recall. So here's a chance for dementia patient. Okay. And something happened. COVID-19 causes problem, vagus nerve inflammation, causes a condition called dysautonomia. So the COVID-19 virus affects your vagus nerve. And this dysautonomia disrupts your autonomic body process, right? And this Swedish shows that the cytokine storm is the main culprit caused by the COVID-19. And this cytokine storm, if you break it down, it just means that your body releases too much cytokine and it causes all these problems. What are they? Autoimmune diseases, metabolic disorders, cancer, and sepsis. Big problem by the COVID-19. Big problem. Even Forbes.com confirms it. All right. So more than half the world's population, I think, has COVID infection. I had once. Now, the next big question is that how many of us have this jab during the pandemic? Do you think it has also caused some problems to your vagus nerve or our vagus nerve? How many people you know after having the jab, they have rapid heartbeat? How many people you know after having the jab, they have hypertension? So it does affect, doesn't it? Right? I mean, the more severe cases, you have like Parkinson kind of like tremor. Yeah, I've seen it. Okay. So just the jab, and you know what the jab means, right? I'm not saying it, but you know, right? The one which starts with the V, right? So that's it. It actually is poisonous to your body. It's killing you, but not killing you immediately because they want to make you a long-term customer. Who wants to make you a long-term customer? The pharmaceutical, right? Moving on. So, monkeypox, well, nowadays it has died out. But you know what? In the coming years, there'll be so many different viruses. The best protection you can do for yourself is to boost your immune system. Do you agree? No mask, no jab can save you. All right, guys. Now, this company is from Taiwan. This technology, this company is from Taiwan, and next year they're going for NASDAQ listing, established in 1999. And you know what? They have so many licenses. This guy on the left-hand side is Mr. Terry Chiang, the chairman, and they have Taiwan Medical Device, they have China Medical Device, they have US FDA Medical Device, and I tell you, there's a very big difference between electronic appliance, gadget, and medical device. With a medical device, you need clinical trial conducted in hospitals by doctors, and then you submit with the FDA of your country. Those products in Alibaba, have you heard of Alibaba? I'm sure you have, right? Alibaba from China. They're just gadgets. They're not medical devices. That's why no therapeutic claim. Okay. So you are basically comparing, like they are down here. We are like if this is a motor car, this is a jet plane, you know. So there's no comparison, really. Our standard is so much higher than theirs. And on top of that, guys, we 13485, which is from UK, and that is the ISO for medical devices. So it's safe. All right. It doesn't stop there. We have Korean FDA, medical device, Japan FDA. Oh, by the way, tomorrow afternoon, I have someone from Japan who has flown in just to see me for the second time regarding Aculife, because he checked it out, and yeah, this is our medical device registration in Japan. ISO 13485, as I mentioned a while ago, and Malaysia, medical device, Thailand, Indonesia, Russia, Australia, Germany, and WHO knows about this product. And in terms of to see is to believe, there are so many. There are so many. Okay, guys? And what I'm going to do is share with you in the chat so that you can watch yourself. All right, so that you can watch yourself. This is the link tree where the testimonies are all here. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to share this. Please take a look. Okay, I'm going to open up just to show you how it looks like so that you know, so that you will go see it later on. Okay, I've just clicked on, so copy paste it somewhere, and I've just opened up this is how the link tree looks like, guys. And if you scroll down, you can see all the testimonies. Look, right? Aculife iDoc testimonies, chronic kidney disease stage 3, successful pregnancy, uterine fibroids, can walk properly, and it goes on and on and on. Okay, so watch what these people who came forward to share had to say about their disease. So very quickly here, I haven't updated, but we have kidney dialysis, hemorrhoid, hypertension, lung disease, hernia, prostate, insomnia, diabetes type 2, sciatica, vertigo, insomnia, constipation, heart problem, blurry vision, diabetes type 2, eyesight, uterine cancer, gone. iDoc saved my life. She had a heart attack and she used the ear clip for 30 minutes. Rotator cuff, prostate, bipolar, pain from knee, 3 times stroke patient, carotid artery, less hardened and stiff, herniated disc, neuropathy, Parkinson's disease, sense of smell, onset Parkinson, trigger finger, guys, and it goes on and on and on. Basically, we just started the Zoom in April. Already, we have collected so many, and that is only the iDoc. We have D178 as well. Now, the founder came to Philippines on August 16, just to let you feel the effect. This was our gathering. In the morning, we had a medical mission. On the top right corner is Mr. Terry Chiang, the founder. And bottom left corner is Johnson, his son. So we have a successor. The son is in his early 30s. And this very big. Guys, this is amazing. This is the next product called the D178. All right. And a medical disclaimer, people with pacemaker or electronic heart-lung devices cannot use. People with foreign metal objects in the body, well, actually, we found out that titanium and stent you can use. People with malignant tumors cannot use because there is no medical device which can, cure cancer, right? Because they won't register you. People who have not fully recovered from surgery, pregnant women, children under 3 years old. In a box, this is how it opens up to, and very easy to put it together. Very simple. Okay. And when you assemble it, this is how it looks. So what does it do? Well, you put your feet on it and the other one you sit on it. It generates negative ion. By running through this current electromagnetic wave, it will produce negative ion. And this negative ion will balance your blood pH. So what's wrong with your blood pH? Our blood pH is supposed to be 7.35 to 7.45. That is the healthy blood pH, and the oxygen level is the highest at that range, okay? But unfortunately, because of inflammation, let me read for you. Okay, again from National Institutes of Health. This article shows us, you see the highlighted paragraph, just one line above. Local means your body. Local acidification may so during acute and chronic inflammation. Our body is inflamed. So our blood pH is acidic or moving towards acidic. And the moment our blood becomes acidic, that's where tumor starts to form. Why? In the next slide, a Nobel Prize winner, Dr. Otto Heinrich Warburg, in 1931, he was awarded the Nobel Prize because he found the root cause of cancer. Imagine, cancerous tissues are acidic, whereas healthy tissues are alkaline. So what is a healthy body? Alkaline, right? Mild alkaline. So here it says cancerous is acidic. Moving down, all normal absolute requirement for oxygen, but cancer cells can live without oxygen. Actually, they are known as anaerobic cells. So when you have a normal pH of 7.35 to 7.45, your oxygen level is the highest. So there's no tumor, there's no cancer. Deprive a cell 35% of its oxygen for 48 hours in just 2 days. Just reduce by 35% and it may become cancerous. Wow. This information already is powerful enough to save lives, but they don't want you to know about it. Why? Because it will kill the chemotherapy industry. And is the chemotherapy industry a big industry? Huh. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. Amazing. So what does our device do, the D178? It will use negative ion to convert back your blood pH to 7.35 and 7.45. And we have already have this device with the Taiwan FDA for more than 10 years. Yes, more than 10 years registered with the Taiwan FDA. It also has the ISO 13485 and, right, this amazing thing is found in Taiwan in more than 100 wellness centers. More than 100. Now, I want you to listen to this because how do you know that it is turned on? Because when you put your feet on it, you sit on it, you don't feel any heat. Feel anything, you don't know. But we use a tissue paper test because the tissue paper will stand. Why? because your body is negatively charged and the tissue paper is positively charged. Take a look. Hi, enjoying, huh?
I'm enjoying the machine.
I take this opportunity.
Do you feel anything at all?
No.
Totally nothing, huh?
Yeah, no.
But look at the, wow, standing, yeah? See? Oh, amazing.
Standing.
Tissue standing.
That's a positive.
See, negative and positive. Okay. Now, uh, you don't feel any heat at all on your feet. Do you feel any heat?
No heat.
No heat,
No,
nothing.
no
Huh?
heat.
How about you, Kai?
No more.
No more, nothing.
Just sitting in the chair. Nothing happened.
So if I didn't give you this tissue paper, then you will think that this machine is not switched on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't it amazing technology?
Very amazing.
Very
Yeah.
amazing.
Now, these are the pictures of some of the wellness centers in Taiwan. And in Malaysia, we have this doctor who interview, a lot of patients being interviewed by, magazines and stuff. Pretty amazing. Okay, it's awesome. And within our own community, uh, this lady is a stage 3 breast cancer patient, and we have several others. If you go look at the link tree, you can find the first one is Andrew Yap, is my dear friend. We play golf together, and one day he said, "My dad is peeing blood." So I thought maybe it's kidney stone, and I said, "But there's no pain." They did some tests, and they found a tumor in his kidney. He's 86 years old, right? So there's no point going for biopsy, chemotherapy. And I told him, trust me, I have this machine. All right. So he bought it straight away. And within a week, when somebody is sick, they don't like to eat, they don't like to walk. So the father used to walk a lot, eat a lot, but now, after using it for 1 week, he was back to normal. Amazing. So I think sometime next month, they will do an MRI. So he has the before and hopefully the after to prove. But he came up with a testimony because he's really amazed. Then the next one is from Ghana. And by the way, in Ghana, we have 10 D17. Yeah, you hear me correctly, 10. And he has a friend who is in hospice. And what is hospice? Hospice means you're dying. You have 2 doctors signing to say that you only have less than 6 months to live. Then you become a hospice patient, right? And he told the wife that, look, uh, he's gonna die anyway. You might as well try anything, right? So he's so weak that he cannot even stand or cannot even raise his hands. He's so weak. So after the first session for 2.5 hours, he was able to scratch his own hair, right? And he was able to drink water with himself, without anyone helping him. It's amazing. They're wow, And after 3 days, he came out walking with a walking. He was able to walk. And after the 4th session, without the walking stick. Until today, he's fine. All right, guys. So that was a terminal prostate cancer. Then in Nigeria, we have another one. This lady, she's old. She's got multiple myeloma. Multiple myeloma is the cancer of the plasma cells. And again, bedridden, cannot really speak, no energy and no appetite. And after using it for 8 days, wow, she has her appetite. She's non-stop talking. Okay. So please watch in the link tree. Go to D178 testimonies. They are truly, truly amazing. All right. Yeah, we have a lot of Taiwanese testimonies. We have one within our community because I truly believe in this product and the science behind it is really strong. Now, this is a medical device, and as a medical device, when you submit to the FDA, they scrutinize every word. They scrutinize every word in your brochure, in your box, in your marketing material. Am I right? So in the brochure, right, in the booklet instruction, it specifically says that it's going to balance your blood pH. Wow. It's going to balance your body's pH. That is something, isn't it? So it can do what it is supposed to do. Otherwise, they cannot write it and get it approved. Okay. So that's why for the last few months, I've been pushing it because I know there are a lot of people out there who are suffering and they need this product. It's starting to materialize within our community. So I'm very happy. I'm very excited. And yeah, my mission in life. Thank you so much, guys, for listening today. It's question time. You can ask any questions related to the topic today. Thank you.
Recording stopped.
Okay.
Hello. If tomorrow I'm going for the of cataract, then
Sorry.
after that, can I still using the eye drop?
No, tomorrow you're going for what? Cataract?
Right
Okay.
eye.
Yeah, I know your eye cataract operation.
Ah.
Let it heal for a few days. When you have the cataract operation, you need a day or two to recover. So let it heal first.
Or don't use the eye drop.
Yeah, don't use anything until it heals. Because
Oh.
just like when you have an operation or you have a cut, a wound, open wound, let the wound heal, right? So when you have this cataract, let it heal.
Oh.
Yeah. It's okay. It's not gonna harm you. Just a couple of days.
Oh.
Okay.
How about if nighttime
Mm.
before we sleep after we sleep for 2 hours, we like always feel that restless, breathe very hard to breathe, like the what acid reflux.
Acid reflux. Okay.
Can we use
Acid reflux, you use the ear clips.
ear clip? Oh,
Remember just now I was talking about the vagus nerve symptom, acid reflux, yeah. So acid reflux is ear clip. Okay,
oh,
it will help.
it help a lot.
Yeah, it will help.
Then after using ear clip, is it possible to drink 2 cups of water or what?
Oh, you can drink as much as you want. Just drink.
Oh,
After they drink water. Yes. Yeah, but I mean, even if you drink, then you will wake up to pee. That's okay because when you wake up to pee and then you will still sleep very.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, doctor. Can we use this device immediately after meal, or do we need to rest for a while before using it? It's okay. It's okay. You can use it before, after meal. That's fine. No problem. And is there any specific time that we can use this device? Well, for the eye dog, I mean, you can use it any time of the day, right? But because when you use the machine, you cannot shower for 1 hour. So I shower in the morning, I get myself ready. If I have the time, I'll use the eye dog for 1 hour, at the very least 30 minutes, right? And then I go out and do my stuff. In the afternoon, I'll probably have coffee somewhere, and then I'll just put on my ear clip, or if I'm driving, I'll put on my ear clip. Then in the evening, if I have time, I'm watching TV or doing some stuff, I will do the probe. I will do it again. So for eye dog, once or twice a day, that's up to you depending on your circumstances. If you have the D178, well, you can run through straight 2 hours, 1 hour, that's up to you too. If you own the machine and you have a problem, a medical condition, I strongly suggest you split it up, as what I told the elderly 86-year-old guy with a kidney tumor. You do it twice a day, once in the morning and once in the evening. And he did that. He followed my instruction. But that's also because he's 86 years old. So I thought 1 hour is enough for him, If you are younger, maybe straight 2 hours, that's fine. Anything. But I'm just saying it because I'm a very what do you call it? I when people ask me how do you start off using this, I always say start slow. Use low. Start slow, use it for 15 minutes, see how you go, extend to 30, and because you don't know how your body will adjust and react, isn't it? So it's better to be take precaution. So I always say start slow. So even the D178 for the 86-year-old guy, I said start with 30 minutes, and then feeling okay, few session, then increase to 1 hour. So they follow me. There is such thing when you're using this. In some rare cases, we healing crisis, right? Healing crisis is when your body has so much toxins and suddenly it wants to flow out. So you may have some symptoms which are uncomfortable. Some of you may not be comfortable with it. It's not bad. It's just that you cannot take it. And that's why it's better to start slow and then slowly build up your body, to adjust. Okay, so I hope that answer helps you. Okay, yeah. All right. Any more questions, guys? Okay, this Saturday, I'm doing a workshop. All right, this Saturday. Now, for those of you just using it on yourself, just the basic instruction, my video is already good enough. But the workshop is for practitioners, people who want to use it onto other people who want, because in traditional Chinese medicine, the organs in your body should not be isolated. Everything is linked. And how they view it is the 5 elements in nature. These 5 elements in nature, each and every one of them, for example, the wood, everything is linked to certain organs. Okay. And then give you an example. Let's say you may have a heart problem. So it's caused by anxiety, but this anxiety could have been caused by your maybe your overthinking, your worry, right? Which is your spleen, or your fear, which is your kidney, or your anger, which is your liver. You know what I mean? So there's a different kinds of emotions with different kinds of problems that can cause. So when you understand all that, then when you treat yourself, you can go to the root of the problem. Okay, give you another illustration. When you diagnose, right, you refer to here. 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, right? Diagnose. But when you treat, you go to the booklet. Let's say hypertension or diabetes. Oh, diabetes, 12 points, 12 points, all right? So you're like, huh? Diabetic, and you find that apart from certain points, there are other organs that you are also supposed to treat. So that's where the workshop will explain to you why you need to do that. Because if you don't treat the root of the problem, you're not going to solve the problem. Are you with me? So if you can, it's only $50 and you get a nice certificate with Mr. Terry signature. All right, certificate of attendance, and yours truly is your coach. 2 hours only. We can discuss a lot of things, a lot of acupoints, a lot of different diseases, a lot of questions will come out, and it's nice. It's always nice. I've run, I think, several. I can't remember. I think 3 or something like that. So yeah, it'll be good, and I look forward to. I don't need numbers. I need people who are dedicated. As long as there are people who wants to ask, I'm willing to teach. Okay, so this is for this Saturday. If you don't know where to sign up, go to the Facebook. There is a form, and you can sign up. And you can use your cash wallet, redemption wallet, blah blah blah. I mean, there are various options to pay. Okay, so with that, I thank all of you. And this Thursday, I think we are going to again do a Q&A session. So people with different diseases, ask them to come. Ask whatever questions they want to ask. Okay? It's to help them. I think that would be good. Right, Ahmadine? I mean, I did answer you, right? About something. I can't remember what did I say. Was
Perfect. Yes, it was.
it?
It's about tumors on the kidney that he
Yeah,
found.
yeah. That's right. That's right. So you never know. While answering someone, someone else is listening, right? So it's a good thing. So just spread it out. I'm gonna make a post in the Facebook. People with different kind of diseases can come and ask. I think that's the support that we can give. All right, guys. That will be Thursday. So with that, I bid you farewell. Thank you so much. If I offend anyone with my strong words today, if you're a medical doctor, speaking from my heart. I'm not saying everyone is like that, but majority are. It's terrible. All right. Thank you. Good night from me and all the very best to all of you. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Thank you again.